Good morning, good morning. This is Bix Weir, roadtoroota.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of coffee, your cup of coffee, where we talk about life in general, metals, and especially the cryptos right now. This is going to be a brief comment about the difference between Bitcoin and Litecoin. As everybody has seen, Bitcoin is making its move. Bitcoin is people involved in Bitcoin are really concentrated on Bitcoin being a store of value, a safe place to be, because that's the battle that's been going on for so long, is that people who are anti-crypto or just don't understand cryptos are saying it's not safe, it's a digital asset, and on and on and on. So the Bitcoin core team and the people involved with Bitcoin have bent over backwards to make it the safest possible coin in the history of mankind. Electronic or fiat, and that's their attempt. They want it to be safer than gold, and I think it's doable. I mean, mankind is very smart and can invent ways to do almost anything. So bravo. And that's why I believe one of the reasons that Bitcoin's price is rising. Also, the very rich who store their wealth in other places are starting to see that those other places crumbling. And the shakiness. I mean, if you think Bitcoin's shaky, you should see the US dollar and the unbacked fiat monetary system all around the world and the stock markets. So yes, the big money who is storing their wealth over here is starting to get into Bitcoin. That's why Bitcoin's up around $4,000 now. It'll move to 10,000 probably by the end of the year, onto 100,000, onto 1 million. And it's not necessarily, it is the improvements in Bitcoin and the more acceptability of Bitcoin, but it's mainly the death of the unbacked fiat monetary system, the criminality that has gone on there. So bravo to Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin, yes, Bitcoin can save your wealth. Litecoin, on the other hand, can save humanity. And the reason I say that is people involved in Litecoin are concentrated on two things: making transactions faster and making them cheaper. And in a world that we live in right now, where the big money's looking to hide their wealth or save their wealth in Bitcoin, yes, Bitcoin's going to go up a lot faster than Litecoin. Litecoin is all about the use case. Litecoin is about going down to your coffee shop and buying something with Litecoin, which is fast and cheap, whereas Bitcoin is slow and expensive. So the real use and the real excitement I see in Litecoin, as opposed to Bitcoin, yes, I see a lot of excitement in Bitcoin, obviously. But Litecoin is about the use case. And when the banks, and I've believed this for a long time, and it's part of the plan in the road to Ruta. If you go back to the 1960s, that was the plan of the Federal Reserve Bank, to run the system as long and hard as possible, soaking up all the benefits of unbacked fiat money, and then blow it sky high and return to a gold standard back then. But now a better way of doing it is most likely going to be the cryptocurrencies. So the fact that the banks, I believe, are on their last legs, so to speak, it really is going to shine a light on, okay, if we can't use the banks for transactions, if the banks are going down, if the ATMs are freezing up, if the derivative bubble is destroying the banks from the inside, can humanity turn to Bitcoin as a means of exchange? I don't believe so. I think it will be too slow and too expensive to use for everyday transactions. You're not going to use Bitcoin to buy a cup of coffee. It's going to take you 15, 20 minutes to wait for the transaction to clear. They're trying to work ways around that. But Litecoin, that's all they're focused on, is speed and cheapness and inexpensive transactions. So I think that's exactly where it's moving, and I'm really excited about that. Please excuse the alarm going off in the background. I don't believe it's my house, but you never know. And it's gone up. So Litecoin, I think, in the $40, $45 range is a screaming buy. Not for tomorrow, not for the next day, but when the use case becomes a necessity for humanity, for 7 billion people saying, oh my God, the banks have collapsed. They're falling left and right. What in the world can we use? Bitcoin is way too slow to buy a cup of coffee with it. Yes, it can. You can go to the millionth of a Bitcoin and you can get the denomination right, but it's going to cost you too much in fees, and it's going to be way too slow. Litecoin is working to fix that problem, and I think it's positioned perfectly. And it's not really a fight between, because I get a lot of people saying, oh, Bitcoin's gone up, but Litecoin's not doing anything. It's not a fight between Litecoin and Bitcoin. They are focused on two very different things. Bitcoin right now is all about preserving wealth and saving your wealth and moving the rich people's wealth into something that they can count on in the future, and making sure it's secure. And with security comes speed and cost and things that are not good for the everyday transaction. Litecoin is focused on the exact opposite. So the reason Bitcoin is going up right now is that the old system is dying and people with a lot of money are looking to put their money into something safe. Bitcoin is that safe thing, and everything is focused towards safety. Whereas in the very near future, when there is a problem with the electronic fiat monetary system that is alive today, all debt-based, third-party bank-based, and there's a problem when certain banks start going down and people are not able to access their money and are not able to transact business. That's when Litecoin will really shine as a means of exchange. And that's when I think a gigantic push will come within governments all around the world to adopt for the people Litecoin and not necessarily Bitcoin for the people, because it's not fast enough and it's not cheap enough. That's the reason I invested in Litecoin. In case anybody's wondering, oh my God, Bix, are you afraid because Bitcoin is going crazy and Litecoin isn't doing much? It's just hovering around $40 to $50. Have we made a mistake to invest in it? No, it was always my intention. I thought I had made it clear that Litecoin will be used as a means of exchange going forward, and Bitcoin will be used as a store of value. So right now the store of value is very much needed, and you can see it in the Bitcoin price. When the means of exchange becomes necessary in the next 3 or 4 months, when the banks are already starting to wobble and you see Trump and China getting in a trade war, it's not like they don't know what's going to happen. It's always happened with trade wars, is the complete implosion of everything. It's the worst economic thing that you could possibly do. And both China and Trump, I think, are pushing it to force the implosion of the unbacked fiat monetary system to move to something else. And I think Litecoin will be standing there waiting for its use case. And there it is, bright and shiny. The use case for Litecoin is going to be day-to-day transactions with literally billions of people using it. This is Bix Weir with your daily news. I'll check in later today. I got a lot more to say. Check out JSnip4's video today on Litecoin. He talks about Cliff High's projections for Litecoin, which are triple digit in the near future. And right now it's at 40, so just getting triple digit could be $100, it could be $999. But I think the data kicked out triple digit Litecoin in the near future. So yeah, I'm really excited about Litecoin for a long-term hold. And if it goes to $100, I'm not going to sell. I don't sell most of my cryptos because I'm a long-term holder. I invest in cryptos and companies especially that utilize the blockchain that I think are going to be the new Facebooks and the new Googles of the near future when the old system breaks down. This is Bix Weir, roadtoroota.com. Make sure you like this video and send it to your friends. We'll talk to you later.